Let's start this little thing. Who's ready? I am. Jesus Christ, I cannot even talk properly. Okay, let's send this. How long could it be? Yesterday I played like for 4 hours and a half. Maybe even 5. May 19. High Court of Crime. Accused to lobby. Lucky the ambulance made it in time. We've been forced into a recess for now while things get straightened out. I can't believe what just happened. Tell me about it. You think Garan put that guard up to it? If she did, she's going to regret it. No one gets away with something like that on my watch. Queen Amara. Your abundance. Any news on her condition? She's undergoing surgery at the hospital as we speak. They are giving her a 50-50 chance of survival though. That gun, justice will be served. Why? Why did this happen? Oh, just as we were finally reunited. Oh, Queen Amara. What was that about being reunited? Oh, it's nothing. Right. How are you, Hornhead? Dark Satmahi was your father-in-law, but blood after all. Thank you for your concern, your benevolence. But I'm fine. Right now, we still have a trial to see through. So that's what I'm going to stay focused on. Hornhead, you are sturdier than your statue lets on. Just don't overdo it, okay, Apollo? Sorry, our Shadow, alright? I believe the dragon is dead. That's... Say, I was wondering, when Dork disappeared after I freed him, that's because Amara turned back into herself, right? Yeah, I suppose so, but I don't know if it was because Dark Spirit willed it, or if it was just part of Garan's or Amara's plan. And our dream of revolution. Now what we're gonna do? This is it. Don't give up yet. There's still a very good chance that Garan is a real culprit in all this. And if we can prove her guilt in court... Hey, you're right. That could be just the push we need. Dream lives on. Yes, it does. You know what that means, eh? The fate of the revolution rests squarely on your shoulders. All in a day's work. What am I kidding? That's a ton of pressure. But this is what Dark gave his life for, so I have to do this for him. The Honorable Rebel Dark Satman. I would have loved to have spoken with him while he yet lived. Really? Why not? I mean, he seemed like quite an interesting man. Did he jump on her head or something earlier? The trial is about to resume. The fence is to report to the courtroom at once. Already, after what just happened? The first thing Garan will do is respond to that last accusation, so you'd better stay on your toes, Apollo. I will, Mr. Wright. Ready or not, Garan, here comes justice. Okay, let's see what wild shit she comes up with. May 19, High Court of Crime. Well then, let us resume today's proceedings. Huh? Where's Nayuta? Must offer my apologies. Never I imagined a royal guardsman would do such a thing. What? He wasn't acting under your orders? Well, do you cast such suspicion upon her eminence? He's quite alright, your majesty. Suspicion is only natural under such circumstances, but rest assured that he acted alone, for I knew nothing of his plans. Don't believe that for a second. Now then, your majesty, regarding the murder of my husband, Mr. Inga, I would like to offer a new possibility. New possibility, you say? Indeed, for during the break, the real killer confessed to me. What? Bailiff, call the witness to the stand. The real killer confessed? She got up her sleeve this time. I have a really bad feeling about this. Is it going to be Maya being like accused? Or ah, fuck! This could be a problem. He's the one who confessed. You are the real killer. I questioned him during the recess, as I felt that I had been covering for someone. So it was that he finally confessed his crime to me. Yuta, you didn't really do it, did you? Dots! I'm tired of so many dots! Heaven speaks the truth. It was I who killed Justice Mr. Inga. No. Yuta! Nah, I don't believe it. Like, not even close. Peace! Are you absolutely certain about this? A confession of this nature is grave indeed. Yes, I am certain. For I killed him by my own hands. At last, the real killer has been revealed. How are we supposed to respond to this? Ayuta, retract your confession, now! Mr. Justice, it is not yet time for your cross-examination. Who cares about that? I made it! It was Queen Garen who put you up to this. She forced you into giving a confession, didn't she? I thought he was going to do that, but... this fronts it. You are out of line, Mr. Justice. Learn some self-restraint. But... Or do you have something that might prove that I did not commit this murder? I you think you're doing, you idiot? Truly, the truth can set us free. Looks like I got him somehow. I really didn't see this coming. Why are you doing this? Would you sacrifice even your life to do Garen's bidding? Whatever the case may be, Prosecutor Sadmahi, your testimony, please. Tang. Win the testimony. Ayuta confession. I couldn't remain silent while her eminence fell under suspicion of this crime. It was I who murdered Justice Mr. Inga. He had to die for the future of Kurain. Considered divine judgment I cast upon a fiend who sought out to assassinate our monarch. My mother was simply coming for me. I am ashamed I let her go so far for my sake. You do understand what you're doing, right, Nayuta? You're sentencing yourself to death. You're found guilty. If that is the court's verdict, then so be it. I must obey the law above all else. The law, Nayuta, or the queen. Enough! This blather has nothing to do with the witness testimony. Please address any issue you may have during the cross-examination defense. Oh, I will. I'm going to blow his problematic testimony out of smithereens. See what I can get from this. Because I cannot see a proper... What's the word? In contradiction. You get quiet all this time even though you were the real killer? Yes, and I accept that what I have done can never be forgiven. I never imagined suspicions would fall upon the Queen herself. President Sadmahi has placed the future of our kingdom above his own life. He's taking responsibility for his crime and is showing his loyalty to the Queen and country. Without a monarch on the throne, Khura'in would be plunged into chaos. I'm not so sure about that. Never wished that upon my homeland. That is why I had to let the truth be known. Pancho Paluni? I'm going to ask you again, Ayuta. Did you really kill Minister Inga? Yes. No matter how many times you ask, Mr. Assis, the truth is immutable. It's not too late. You can still retract your confession before the verdict is surrendered. Okay, these are all going to be about this, aren't they? No, it's not retracting the truth. It's retracting some water from my little old throat. That sounds so weird. One either tells it or does not tell it. It is that simple. Ah! You always have to be so stubborn, Ayuta. I hate how you never listen to reason once you get like this. I think we'll need some evidence before we can get him to retract his confession. Either that, and we'll have to force a retraction out of him by appealing to what's in his heart. It's not going to be easy either way. Would you secretors of me? What was the motive for your crime? Had a reason enough to kill Mr. Inga? What do you mean by that? Mr. Inga was planning to assassinate Her Eminence in a coup d'etat. I had to nip Invisible in the bud, even if it cost me the purity of my soul. So you're saying the death of another is a reasonable price to pay to protect the Queen? Long have we remained independent under the authority of our spirit medium queens. We command the people's own respect with the power to commune with the dead. Without such a monarch, our kingdom would lose its standing in the world. But if its spirit channel is so important, why did you have Queen Amara perform the rite? I'm afraid my elder sister is quite capricious. She would fulfill her duty only when the desire to strike, as sporadic as that was. Thus, therefore, something she did on a whim. There was no meaning behind it. A meaningless whim? It's hard to press a statement like that. Now, if I may return to my testimony. Let's see if I can get any shit from this. I don't think so. Divine judgment? Yes, I render judgment upon the minister on behalf of the Holy Mother. Are you saying the Holy Mother guided you? No, Her Holiness would never condone killing in her name, regardless of the circumstances. What about the... I don't remember the name of the fucking spirit between quotes. Such a illegally defiled soul will be damned to hell. But I do not regret what I have done. Only sacrifice my soul to protect this kingdom's future. Ugh, snap out of here already, Nayuta! So his motives come from a place of faith, huh? Does that sound completely credible when it's coming from him? Well, Amara expressed a similar motive. As for her mercifulness, she is truly deserving of our first title. So you killed Mr. Inga and Queen Amara staged the crime? Is that how it went? Precisely. My mother is as clever as she is kind. She sought to conceal my crime by taking all the guilt upon herself. That's another lie. I need to poke a hole in this testimony, but how? Yuta, could it be you... Tell me what? You didn't know Nina's real identity. You didn't realize that Nina was actually Queen Amara, your own mother? That is not as strange as you might think. Much time had passed since we last met, after all. Right, 23 years ago, was it? When Dirk saved her after the supposed assassination attempt? No, Mr. Assis. It was 15 years ago that Dirk abducted my mother. Huh? That's weird. Are you sure about that? I remember it clearly. I was around 10 years old at the time. Please add that last statement to your testimony. Wait. I think I know where that's going. I'm going to save that over here because I don't trust myself. But if this picture is 15 years old, then I have a small idea. What if this child over here is not Nayuta, but Rayfa? I think maybe Rayfa. Let's try. I think that's what we're going to discover with this. Just saying that Dark made off with Quinama 15 years ago. But that's strange, because I heard something very different from Dark. He said that they ran off together 23 years ago. That is impossible. I know for a fact it was 15 years ago. Well, I have evidence that contradicts your statement. I'll explain this photo. Look at this photograph! Every time it makes me laugh. Look said it was taken 23 years ago. Said that? He did, but if we take what he said as a fact, then there's something in this photo that doesn't make any sense. This isn't making any sense to me, so I suppose I should ask. What does not make any sense if the photo is only 15 years old? Baby. Then let's go. No. Now you thought this discrepancy may not be directly related to this case. I don't think we can simply overlook it either. Dark said the baby in this photo was you, and that doesn't make any sense if the photo is only 15 years old. After all, you said you were around 10 then right? He's definitely sweating bullets over there or something. Well, if this baby isn't Nayuta... Wait, you don't think... Did Queen Amara have another child while she was on the run? What? No. Yes, what if that child were being held hostage? Nayuta, is that why you obey Queen Garan's every command? You presume too much. That's why Queen Amara was trying to take the wrap as well, to protect this other child. Child born 15 years ago. It would have to be someone who's around 14 or 15 years also. Now, no ni no no ni no ni ni no no This is just a guess, but I believe I know someone who fits the bill. This also explains his strange behavior. This is the child who was born to Dark and Queen Amara 15 years ago. No. So her mama wasn't real her mama, but the person acting as her mama was actually her mama. No. Those strange statements she kept making, now they all make sense. Prosecutor Sanmai, may I ask you something? Of course, Your Reverence. I've been meaning to ask you this since yesterday. You know about Queen Amara and about me? Where did you hear such a thing? From Mother, only yesterday. But if I was scared about telling the truth to the people, so I told her what the truth really was. But it is up to a mother to disciple her child. I see. We're going to go all the statements, really? I cannot accept this. Something the matter, Your Benevolence? Queen Amara is lying. Makes no sense. Queen Amara would not have killed my father. Why did this happen? Just as we were finally reunited. Queen Amara. Now I see, Nayuta. Why you do what you're told. Their child born to Darks and Queen Amara was... Oh, he doesn't have a hold it? The Justice? Believe I know what you're about to say. But I cannot allow you to name an innocent soul as the child terrible sinners. I thought you might try to stop me. After all, simply revealing this information endangers what you've been trying to protect. Think this should make it clear what I'm talking about. This is the chink of your armor, the reason why you fear your sibling's reputation. Probably this. And to save, because I'm not sure. Nope. Ah. Reason why you fear your sibling's reputation. Hmm. Ah, this is interesting. Should have read it before, though. The idea that the sins of the father are visited upon his children is deeply rooted in the minds of Chinese people. And that is... File full of information and that they're collected on what happened 23 years ago. Of particular note right here, right now is what's written here. The sins of the father are visited upon his children. This deeply held idea is why you were expelled from the royal family. Which means it would bode well for you to... wouldn't bode well for your sibling either. If she were revealed to be Dark's daughter. People are going to get the pieces with that. You became a persecutor to bring down Queen Garan. But at some point you came to serve the very regime you despised. And that was because the Queen found this chink in your armor. That's how she came to use your sister against you. They die. Was saying, hold it. Yuta, have you been in this secret all this time? Have you been trying to protect me? You are an innocent party to all this. Faithfully to save the guard the law, serve the country and queen from which it flows. And such as you who is destined to ascend to the throne, need not friend over one such as I. No, I cannot accept that. You say it's malarkey. Don't you even care what happens to you? Before country, queen, law, and even everyone in future, my personal feelings are of no consequence. That's why I resign myself to my fate. I know I must accept the status quo without any thoughts or of change. Jesus Christ, can you be even... Do you know the word subtlety? Spoken like a true persecutor and patriot. I shall continue to rule Khura'in until the day Rayfa succeeds me, for that is what is best for our kingdom. I know Germans. Yours is no small sacrifice. I promise you this. In exchange for your life, the child shall remain safe and the kingdom shall prosper. That is all I can ask for my meager existence. Yuta, is this really the new you? Sending yourself to the will of another and killing any hope you held for the future? No. Yet I knew would never let himself return into this. Your Majesty, if you would hand now your verdict. Bonk, bong, bong. You can't say you're simply accepting your fate, Mayuta, but I know that deep down there's still hope in your heart. Oh, Holy Mother, preserve me. It's the kind of hope that perseveres through the most desperate of times. It's what binds you, me and Dark together. It's a family. I know that because this has demonstrated to me that you haven't lost all hope yet. This, probably. Yes. When you interrogated Dirk, you confiscated all his possessions as potential evidence. All except this. Did he take your attorney's badge too? No, I thought it strange, but just when it looked like he was going to take it from me, he changed his mind. So tell me, Nayuta, why didn't you take his badge? You couldn't bear to take it from him, could you? I know why. It's because this badge means something special to us. Hey, Dirk. Are you still wearing your badge? You're not all here anymore, right? This badge is my heart and soul, son. I'll never stop trying to realize my dream, not until my very last breath. A dragon never yields. Oh, sorry. A dragon never yields. Yeah, with that. A dragon never yields, right? Exactly. Yuta, Apollo, I vow to restore Ryan's legal system to its rightful state one day. I want to pass on to you a world where you can live free from fear or tyranny. You may say you've given up, but that's not how it really is it? You never give up. You never will, because you still believe that all the wrongs will be right someday, don't you? That's a lot of dots. Yeah. You are very perceptive, Lieutenant. I'm going to take that. Thank you very much. Don't ask why. May very well be as you say. Why did I not confiscate this patch? Even I did not know. Till now. Perhaps I was waiting for him to save me. Save you? Yes, save me. Like he did. On that day. Oh, the River Day. Ayuta, Apollo! Ah, I sound weird like this. I cannot... Sorry about that. Okay, give me a second. Hold on, I'm coming! Give me a second, I'm going to turn on the lights because I'm getting blinded by the light. Sorry. What if father wouldn't risk his life to save his own children? Yuta, Polo, don't you ever hesitate to call me when you need me. Understand? Someday, he would come and free our family from the chains of the past. Perhaps deep down, that is what I believed. Believe in Dirk, our father. But I knew you. However, it was but a dream. Now that dream has died. Murder along with Dirk. So now as the eldest, the responsibility falls squarely onto me. No matter the cost, I must protect her. Please try to understand, Apollo. Understand why I shall bear all this sin. This is the only way. But... Shut up. You have wasted more than enough of my time, lawyer. Do you not see the futility of your desperate floundering? The immutability of his duty? It is time to accept defeat. Now watch as the hammer of justice comes down upon your dear brother. Your majesty the verdict, if you will. Yes, your eminence. Wait a second. Do I do? The defense wish to raise its objection? There's got to be some way to save Nayuta. Apollo? So I'll go back to that incident 23 years ago. It's branded him the son of a criminal. So if we could once and for all prove that Dirk didn't try to assassinate Amara, Right, now you tell Rayfast's father would no longer be viewed as a criminal. I thought there wasn't any evidence left, because it was all destroyed in the fire. Dirk investigated the matter for years and never managed to learn anything new. Divination, 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 divination. Use the divination sense with the biological father of Apollo. Sorry. Really? Nothing at all? Could an exceptional lawyer like Dirk try that long and really uncover nothing at all? Had over 2 decades, Apollo. Huh? Sweet. I doubt Dirk would have gone to his grave without discovering something new. Must have secretly planted something to topple Garance with somewhere. Take another look at the evidence. This? As per its residence, someone was with a sleeping pill and perished in the fire. The lighter found at the scene had Dirk's fingerprint on it. Paul Robinson lost his life. He was struck in the head by a culprit. The victim passport and a picture of him were burned up in the fire. Without knowing his real name, no division sense could be performed. Oh fuck yeah! Fuck yeah! Might just find what we need to break out of this situation with in there. Got it. With your friends is just stalling for time, I shall now render my verdict. No, wait! But the assassination attempt 23 years ago. Defense has some new information it would like to share. You know? Well, we had intended to read that case in the course of this trial. Dirk, did you leave something behind for me? Yes, he did. Yes, this son of a bitch. Thought it was useless, but it's useful. I mean, I thought like, oh, we're going to get a divination sense thanks to that. But since they said, no, he isn't a criminal of that. Because no one died. So that's okay. Semi-okay. Still a criminal, but not killer. But whatever. Well then, what is the source of your new information about the case 23 years ago? This shit. A photograph? Yes. Do you recall a traveling musician who died in that fire 23 years ago? How could anyone forget such a painful chapter in our history? The poor fellow was caught up in the place that was meant for Queen Amara. We never knew his identity, though. The belongings were burned to ashes. Well, about that, the truth is, he was my biological father. Oh? What? Why, of course, with this photo and her benevolence. Exactly. We might be able to prove Dirk's completely innocent. And that would free her from the infamy of having a criminal blood in her veins. Because she's in crime. We can witness the final memory of the dead. What utter nonsense! No, it's not nonsense. You only had to do it at some point. No, your sister had to do it. Fuck. Keep forgetting about that part. There was no evidence left in the wake of that place. That's what you think. But they're going to the ends of the earth to bring this little souvenir back for us. It hit. Yep, and boy is it the best piece of evidence ever. He knew that with it we'd finally be able to conclusively settle the matter here in court, and save his children. Your Majesty, the defense requests that we hold a divination sense for this new victim. A waste of time. The events of 23 years ago have been deliberated at length. But wasn't Dirk on trial for that incident as well today? So we wouldn't be doing our jobs if we failed to look into this new lead, wouldn't we? Would we? Ah! Mr. Presiding Judge, I will now share my thoughts on the matter. Attempted assassination of Queen Amara is a case we can ill afford to leave open, and I believe that the final memories of the victim will prove to be very important. Therefore, it is the opinion of this court that we should conduct another division sense. Why you? Real balance. If you knew the full name of the victims in this photo, you'd be able to perform the divination sense, right? Of course. Leave it to me. Thank you. My father's full name is... Jove Justice. Alright. That's lacking full name. That's just one... What's the word? Audience, please commence the division sense when you're ready. Second name. I don't know how to say apellido.
Oh, Holy Mother.
Oh, this is the third time we heard this.
In your name.
Yeah, sure.
Everyone here be clear, and our ears be unstopped.
Yeah. Please let me skip this thing. Yeah, I know this is like climactic. But okay, let's see this shit. See what he saw in his final moments. Curious that the last time we see this water is in a fire. Burning heat. Right. Pain. I'll tell you information. The spirit of the victim has granted us a window into his final memories. It would appear the divination sense was a success. So those were my father's final moments. Maybe we saw must have been you, Apollo. You will know the safer experience of the deceased. Are you ready, Hornhead? Yes, please proceed. Very well. Here are my interpretations of the facts as gleaned from the division from the sense vision. Insight. And outside. Oh, very fast insight. Someone attempted to assassinate Queen Amara by setting her residence ablaze. Hornhead's father happened to stop by and was knocked out by the assassin. Dark's fingerprints were discovered on the lighter found at the scene of the crime. That is how he was determined to be the assassin. Hornhead's father tried to save his son, but sadly he perished in the attempt. That is everything the deceased experienced in his final moments. Father's final memories are right here for everyone to see, but can any of them unlock the truth behind what happened 23 years ago? Fine. Hey, there's a reflection over there. This time reflections won't mean shit if that's over there. Okay. It's fun. Same by sending her residence someplace. Its father happened to stop by and was knocked by the assassin, whose fingerprints were discovered in the light of a similar crime. This assassin was attempted to be an assassin. His father tried to save his son, but sadly he perished in the attempt. There was a certain thing over here. This... Wait, this is not contradiction. Hmm. Okay, let's see my other sensations other than sight. Someone attempted to assassinate Queen Amaris and her residence on fire. I know Blade on fire. And the same thing, I think. To stop by, I was not grabbed by the assassin. Is that reflection over there? Metallic sound. Maybe he wasn't trying to save Apollo. I know he's really going to Apollo, so... Oh, his size! He moved to... fuck, but... Metallic sound... Fuck, what is contradictory over here? Lost. Okay. I should at least try. Fingerprints with while within the mirror.
Objection!
And Doug's fingerprints were discovered at the area that was found at the scene of the crime. However, the hand holding the light in the sensor appears to be gloved. Oh, I believe you're right. What could this mean? Calls into question whether the hand in the vision really was Doug's. Well, we could make out the details a little better. Very well, I will attempt to focus a bit more on what this is so. Perhaps that will help refine the sense vision. It does seem that there was a glove on that hand. Still, what significance could that have? It means that dark fingerprints got on the light at some other time. Somebody could have even put them there after the fire. We have his pure speculation, while the fact remains they are his fingerprints. Therefore, it stands to reason that Dark was the one who used the lighter. This means I have to prove that the figure in the vision is someone else, using the information in my father's final memories. Either way, it seems that I must revise my insight. Someone had put his prints in the light after, and then we no, it wouldn't block too. Casey updated her insights. Time to go over there and see if there are any new inconsistencies to be found. One hit. Okay. Pain. Metallic sound. Yeah, let's see if we can see anything clearer sight. Hmm. Wait a second. Can I see a full thing of this guy? Because I think those are the... This, right?
Objection!
Wait, this means that the real culprit is... The figure in this vision is clearly not dark. The distinctive pattern on the wrist gives the true identity away. That design... It can't be. This will prove just whose man was captured in the sense vision. Oh yeah, the photo of the murder. Yeah, the design, it is. That photo... You do believe the culprit to be... Lannister. Justice Minister Inga had cuffs with the exact same pattern on them. You're referring to the cuffs of justice, correct? Yes, I hear there are traditional part of Rhaenys Justice Minister attire. Wait, stop! He wasn't the Minister of Justice just yet. But Queen Garan was, right? What? Sorry. What does this tell us? Sorry, I got myself lost in my own imagination. Tell us that the figure in the vision is none other than Rhaenys' late Minister of Justice, Inga Karkul Kurain. No, not my father. So he plotted the assassination of the former queen as well as the current one? Just Minister Inga, so then Dark's innocent of both charges? Fandor they've been right all along. Yuta? What you've proposed is not possible, Apollo. For back then, Inga Karkul Kurain was not the Minister of Justice. What? The Justice Minister 23 years ago was... Garan! You Queen Garan? What? Alright. She served as the Minister of Justice before succeeding the throne. I guess she also prosecuted the assassination 23 years ago as one. So then, figuring this vision is actually... Your Eminence, it's you, isn't it? This is madness. Why would Her Eminence do such a thing? Because she would ascend to the throne. She wanted to usurp the throne from her sister Amara. That's why she tried to assassinate her. Thank you, Nayuta. Actually, being not pretty blind, it's all very hard to swallow. Your Eminence, are you the one responsible for tearing my family apart? Oh, she even has the Infinity Stones. Was it you who killed my father? Your Eminence? I'm asking you a question. Such insolence, but just don't say shit. Peasants. Always carrying on things of no import. You do not deny it, then? Jesus Christ, it's lagging. Are there soldiers around here? Conceal the truth and used me for your own designs? Sorry, that went too little. Oh, Nayuta, spare me your feeble-minded line of questioning. Jesus Christ, it's dying! My computer is fucking dying. Even if Dark were clear of all charges, shall it still be I who decides Strifer's fate? You do wish for her to be queen someday, do you not? Remember, the child lives on by my good grace. Now kneel before me and fulfill your end of the bargain by offering me your head. Terminus? Okay. If he takes that fucking glove off, and it shows the fucking dragon I'm going to fucking scream. I'm done heeding your commands. As you use my sister against me, I still believed you. Believe that you protecting your secret was in the best interest of this kingdom. You have been deceiving me all the while. Yuta. Yuta, you dare defy me? Oh, thank you! Means, and turn the other cheek no more. Therefore, I hereby retract my confession in the murder of Justice Mr. Inga. Retract your say? Oh no, front-facing Apollo! Dark, the final piece of evidence you left behind. So release Nayuta from his suffering. Now, he's finally free. Yeah, remove it, and say our dragon never yields. In all this time, not once did I reflect on my own conduct, for I have believed all was fate. Lost in my own sense of resignation, was unable to wake from my despair. But you, Apollo, you have awakened me with your demonstration of our father's grit.
A dragon never yields.
Ah! We'll carry on Dark's legacy, fulfill his dream. Him, Migaran, will cast you down from your bloody throne. Long live the revolution! Please. Insolent fool! I mean, you prattle on about revolution? Ouch. You look at that. Well, Apollo, it seems we're finally making some headway down the road of that Dark carved out for us. Yeah. If we could just prove Garan's guilt, we'd continue on down that road towards the revolution Dark's dream of. Your Eminence, you have been accused of the crime of committed 23 years ago. Would you like to say anything in your defense? Not so fast, Your Majesty. For the cups you have could have been stolen and used without my knowledge. So you see, they can hardly be considered proof of anything. I believe you're right. Ah, but we know she's guilty. Well, lawyer, is there any other evidence you would have me refute? Let's see. Okay, never mind. Unfortunately, this photo was the last piece of evidence Dark left from me. As far as evidence goes, I've got nothing else regarding that case from the past. However, now that Prosecutor Sadmahi has directed his confession, we'll have to deliberate in the court case from scratch. Yes, and the defense speaks the truth. Even though it is clear who the guilty party is. Queen Garan? Defense accuses you of the murder of Justice Minister Inga Kurai. Yeah. But do you have any evidence, defense? Evidence that will prove Garan was the killer? There is still one more avenue for us to explore, Mr. Justice. Wait, there is? Mr. Inga's final memories. Them the Mr. Killer posed as dark. Therefore, one must ask, how did the killer dispose of their disguise? Hey, you're right. A lot of blood would have splattered onto the killer, so the blood-soaked clothes will have to be dealt with somehow. They're still around somewhere, then. I was wondering what absurd idea you'd concoct next. Clothing can be disposed of most anywhere. I doubt you could find them now. Then you don't know us very well. Your benevolence? Yes. On the day of your father's murder, you had been watching the courtyard from 2 p.m. Now, during that time, circling around, did you not? Yes, I did. I saw my mother entering the palace from the courtyard. But I was told not to mention it because it had nothing to do with my father's murder. Traitor! You would not dare! When the queen headed into the palace, did she have Dark's clothes in her possession? No, she did not. So maybe she disposed of them somewhere in the courtyard. Police did a thorough sweep of the area following the crime, but they did not find anything resembling Dark's clothes. You knew that already, didn't you, Prosecutor? Yes, I mean, no clothing was found. So you admit that you were merely speculating, chasing phantoms and delusions of evidence that never existed? This makes no sense. Clothing doesn't just disappear like that. If Garan wasn't carrying any clothes, she must have gotten rid of them somewhere. Somewhere where she thought they'd never be found. Why did they never be found, huh? If Dark's clothes were hidden here. Okay, I'm going to save. I think the Tom. Really? The Tom? You believe the clothing was hidden in there? Yes, still a place it can be. Well, where is Tom do you believe the clothes were hidden? If they did a thorough search, either sarcophagus or ashen one. Of course, that makes perfect sense. Clothes weren't simply hidden, they were returned to where they belonged. Sure. By that you mean the killer would have had to get Dark's clothes from somewhere. Luckily, they were right there. Yes, of course. At the time of Mr. Inga's murder, Dark's body was already in the sarcophagus, so the killer could have simply borrowed his clothes. Oh, sorry, that wasn't a Utah. Let me reread that. So the killer could have simply borrowed his clothes. Right, before the minister entered the tomb, the killer put on Dark's clothes, then hid behind the curtain above the sarcophagus. And after the minister was killed, Dark's clothes were returned to his body. So what? Still all speculation. We know not whether those clothes were actually used in the murder. Therefore, you cannot prove that they are somehow connected to this case. That's where you're wrong, but I believe you already knew that. These clothes were definitely used during the Mr. murder because of this. This blood over his is more recent. Blood stain on Dark's chest are not the result of them being shot by the minister. However, that doesn't explain everything. There is also some blood spatter extending from his left elbow to his abdominal area. I believe this blood spatter came from this guy over here. Thank God he's dead. If the killer wore this close during the murder, then the blood splatter must have come from Minister Inga. Well, it was Dirk's, but that makes sense. Only a way to be sure, though. Let's get those stains analyzed right away. Indeed, this may be conclusive evidence we need to prove the Queen's guilt. You can't prove it was I who hid those clothes. Could have been very well being hidden by a third party. But could they have really? See, the possibility is someone other than Garen hiding the clothes. And to save. But does not exist because no one else enters the garden. No, it's just not possible. Your Eminence, I recall you saying the following. The key to Amara's sarcophagus is under the protection of the royal family. My husband and I are the only ones who could have opened it. Therefore, it would be impossible for some knave to open it. Oh! That was your own testimony, word for word. Why, you insolent... Admit it. Only way you got him in Dirk's clothes as they were used in the murder. And that means you're the only one who killed Justice Minister Inga. Insignificant worm. They accuse me, the ruler of Gurain. Do not think for one moment that such impudence will yon... I'm afraid such arguments are invalid here in this sacred hall, Your Eminence, because even monarchs aren't above the law. It's the end of the line for you, King Garan. Time to come down from that lofty throne and face justice. She's got... Objection! Or such insolence. A lot of dots, that's for sure. Because we cannot have anything without dots. No, that would have been too easy. Me face justice? Surely you jest. You are in no position to force my hand, lawyer. Huh? Surely you haven't forgotten about the Defense Culpability Act. Those who would support criminals will be deemed just as guilty. Sure, should I be convicted of murdering my husband, your dear brother who delivered false testimony in my defense shall also be found guilty. What? That can't be. Can it? By delivering false testimony in the course of protecting a guilty party, he would certainly be judged by this court as having supported a criminal. The Defense Culpability Act would most definitely come into play. But that was so broad that anyone could have been convicted under it. Most of the Act, even I am conflicted, and yet, as it currently stands, it's the law of the land. And as you said earlier, no one's above the law. Well, absurd things I have seen, this law really takes the cake. Now what? What can we even do at this point? You need not to look so forlorn. Dirk has been cleared of all charges, so let us leave all thoughts of the real killer and the revolution in the past where it belongs. She wants us to just let her off scot-free? Yet, I don't see any other choice. You cannot yield to her here, Apollo. If it will not move the revolution forward, I will gladly face the DC Act. Now do it! Do it! Accuse the Queen Garen of the crime she has committed. What? I'm done hearing that. Speak is not revolution. Our kingdom will not function without its sovereigner. Where is the water? And Wafer cannot ascend to the throne, for she is yet incapable of channel spirits. Thus, to accuse me is to wish destruction upon our fair kingdom, you terrorist. Terrorist? She would still insist. Okay, I have an idea. If we prove she isn't royalty, then whatever she has done is jack shit. So the DC Act would be undone, I think. I'm not sure. As ruling sovereign of Grind, I proclaim the following. All who imperil the crown, no matter the reason, shall be subject to immediate execution upon the Queen's order. What? Immediate execution? I still not comprehend. Well, let me be clear. For the sake of this kingdom's future, in accordance with the law of Kurai, I command that you be put to death at once. Okay, these poses weren't as good. Oh my god, it's lagging! Jesus Christ. This is quite a bit too far! I stick command, Royal God! They were on standby in case an attack by foolishly optimistic terrorists. Now, if you continue to oppose me, the very embodiment of the law, then under my real authority you shall be put to death.
Objection!
Oh, come on, this is insane even for you. You can't possibly get away with something like this. This is a court of law. You can't just order our execution without due process. Now, look, Apollo, truth and due process are certainly important, but you know, it's your life. So think before you speak again. Turn the case upside down! Turn the case upside down! Turn the case upside down! Please, Apollo, do not make this any worse than it already is. I cannot lose you to the Twilight Realm, too. What am I supposed to do? Do I win against an opponent that can't rewrite laws? She's his fate. How can I even bring her to justice? Is this really how it all ends? Is your life or the accusation of your accusation, lawyer? You cannot hope for both. It's time to cease this insanity. What do I do? Should I accuse the Queen, Garan? Dragon never yields! I know what I have to do. It's alright. You know what's saying your crystal reminding me of? Me and Athena of? The worst of times are when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles. You never failed to surprise me, Apollo. And Ayuta, you know what a creed we have been known since we were kids. Dragon never yields. Yeah, I said that. I'm funny. Well, they are not merely words. They are what carry us this far. So now it's time to honor these words and the memories of the ones who gave them to us. I couldn't agree with you more, Apollo. Those words are more important to me than you know. If there's any time to remember them, it is now. What do you seem, Apollo? That not alone, but two auspicious creatures dwell deep within you. Fierce dragon and virtuous phoenix that shall scatter the clouds hiding the heavens. Shall join you in death, your death-defying bluff. I think I finally understand what those words really mean, and the resolve they embody. Are you smiling in the face of certain doom? Is there no end to your defiance? Fortunately for you, no. Let fear, even not the law, force me to abandon the pursuit of the truth. Because there is another saying in my country, the truth will set you free. Indeed, that is precisely what Dirk sought to do through this trial. He wished for us to break free from our certain despicable spiders immobile as in silk threads. He won't be intimidated by unjust laws or give in to fear. Abandoning the truth like that is just not a part of my playbook. There is only one path before us, revolution. The time to make Dirk's dream a reality is upon us. Your Eminence, if you are the law here in Khura'in, then your very existence is wrong. Does your desperate bleeding know no end? I know it's a bit late to us, but what's the plan? Well, if Garan is going to execute us on the spot under the Royal Survivability Act, and law is still to arrive, so it's power from the authority of Garan, then there's only one thing to do. We dethrone her, right here, right now. Alright, but how? It's not like we have a lot of time to come up with a way to do it either. Hope she'll allow us to perform another cross-examination while we think. Don't worry, I'll come up with something. We'll be fine. Cannot give up. Not now. Have to keep fighting to the end. Can't allow these broken trials to go on. It's time to make things right. Mind. Yee boy, let's see. If accused Garan, Nayuta will be subject to the Defense Culpability Act, which means he will be put to death in accordance with the law. So the only way out of this is to dethrone Garan right now. Could this be the key to dethroning Garan? Found the Orb. Found the key to the revolution? Yes. Dirk was convinced that the orb was the key to the revolution and Khura'in's future. In light of Garan's obsession with the orb, it makes a large amount of sense. She probably doesn't want anyone using to gain spiritual powers and rights to the throne. Inga definitely tried to do just that, but that's where it starts to fall apart. We couldn't have channeled from their founders even after accusing Miss Faye after all. He didn't know the founder's name. Yeah, this didn't know the founder's name. Any of the founders is only known by those who become queen. It means the only people who know her name are Kara and Amara. So even if someone else had the orb, they wouldn't be able to channel the founder. A little bit of question, why Garan suffixed on the orb? Okay, let's not overthink it. Let's not overthink this. Garan is obsessed with the orb because so clear her name, she can't channel spirits. Garan wants spiritual power. Ooh, could it be? It's hard to believe, but if she wants spiritual power, does that mean Garan can't channel spirit? Let's explain why she had to perform the rite of channeling. Oh yeah. Is that why she let Amara leave? To stand in for her hair when the time came to channel spirits? So if Garan can channel spirits, she would have no claim to the throne. Garan has no claim to the throne! Once the Defense Culpability Act was established under the Crown's authority. But if she has no claim to the throne, then the DC Act would become null and void. Not just the DC Act, all of the insane laws she enacted would be swept away in one fell swoop. Soup! That'd be funny to have someone point in the gun. Your claim to the authority of the Crown, you of all people? That's a good one. Have you truly lost it, lawyer? Dude, but would have the defense explain himself at once. Chase, your majesty. Why is Queen Garan so upset with the Founder's Orb? Why did she let Queen Amara leave? Why was she having her mercifulness perform the right of channeling her place? The answers to these three questions points to a single conclusion. The fact that will shake this kingdom to its very core. Still do not follow up, Apollo. I don't know why I say it like this. Germans, I have one just question for you, and please be honest. You can actually channel spirits, can you? What? Believe that the Queen is not capable of communing with the dead? Just the prince will explain himself at once. In Khura'in, the ability to channel spirits is an absolute requirement for a would-be queen. But Germans, if you were incapable of doing that, then you'd have no claim to the throne. Not only that, but every law you passed would be rendered null and void. And you, the Garan Royal Guard, you seem to be rather enamored with the Queen's supposed spiritual power, but what if she had none? What if she were just an ordinary person, a pretender to the throne? That's crazy talk. Impossible. I mean, no, that all these speed minions can be because of wings. Such blasphemy. What rounds do you make such a defamatory claim? Bingaran, if you think I'm just out to defend you, then prove it. Prove it using this piece of evidence you used once so badly. I'm going to say, but I'm sure it's the orb. All the conditions for forming this founder should be in place. With the orb, we know what the founder looks like. And as the win, you should know the founder's name. Now, if you would, Your Eminence, please show us the great spiritual power you bear as the Grand Priestess of Khura'in. Oh, to witness Her Eminence's great power with our own eyes? The Holy Mother will appear before us? Oh, great miracles of miracles! Praise be, Your Eminence! May your mighty spiritual power show us the way! Urdi Garan! Enough! Enough, I say, your mindless scredding! Your Eminence, can it be that you cannot? No, I want a lawyer! Someone want it at once! And you're forgetting something. There aren't any lawyers left in Khura'in. You can't thank the First Culpability Act for that. Your Eminence, please give us a glimpse to your magnificent spiritual power! Somewhere holiness so she may guide us! I've heard enough of you! Out of my sight, all of you! If you truly are capable of channeling spirits, then get on with it already, Your Eminence. Sneak underhanded! You're right of a lawyer! That reminds me, you said something to this effect earlier. It is time to cease this insanity. Don't you feel stupid saying that now? Indeed, all the things she had said, I can think of nothing more ludicrous. Apollo? Teach this deceitful, putrid queen a lesson she won't soon forget. Gladly, because it's really time to cease this insanity. Garan? Your reign of terror ends here! Oh, it lagging made it a bit worse, but still. Very well. Demonstrating my facility as a spirit medium is simple enough. Behold, the magnificent power to overcommune with the dead. Oh, Your Eminence! Oh, great spirit of the founder who dwells in the Twilight Realm, eat the secret coming out of the orb, and appear here before us. Oh, it comes! I love these guys! So, are you not feeling well? Spirit of the Thunder graces with your second power! The time is now! I beseech you, appear before I sit my call! Thunder, please! She doing the dance of devotion? Okay, this is more funny than anything. No, wait! I was just warming up! The ride actually starts from now. Look! Holy mother! If she now gets possessed, I'm going to be fucked. Dramatic finish! prosecutors on me. Who is her eminence? Dead. Since she now believes herself is the Holy Mother. See, but her attempt at spirituality failed, did it not? Sadly, she seems unable to accept the facts. It will be quite challenging to question her later. What, if I may ask, was her motive? I understand she would kill Mr. Inge in order to prevent his coup d'etat. But of her attempt to assassinate Queen Amara 23 years ago? To become queen herself? May she just crave power and attention? She likely developed a psychological complex for inability to channel spirits. That is why she kept Queen Amara alive to perform the rite of channeling for her. In that way, it would seem as if she had a great spiritual power. Sure, she built a cult of personality upon her fears and lies. Now again, do not all tyrants, sorry. So then, she never really intended to kill Amara, huh? I don't understand why Queen Amara ever listened to her in the first place. Especially 14 years ago, before Rafa was held hostage. Why would she keep letting people cry in, think she was dead? Well, she kept quietly performing the rite of channeling for Garan. My mother is a gentle soul by nature and loves her sister dearly. So when Garan told her to hide because Dirk sought to kill her, she believed it. What's more, she did not wish to tarnish the name of her beloved sister. That is why she acquainted so obediently to Garen's request to keep channeling for her, till she fled with Dirk and was told the truth, that is. So that what happened. And since Rafa was being held captive, I imagine Amara had no choice but to help cover up the truth behind Inya's murder. Yeah, living seriously as Rafa's servant, Nina. No doubt only deepened her love for her daughter. She'd do anything to keep her safe. All the more reason to hide the painful truth from her. Well, that's a case for the ages. Prosecutor Salmahi has been cleared of all suspicion in the murder of Mr. Inga. As has Mr. Doug Salmahi in the assassination of Queen Amara. Now then, I think it's high time I handed down my verdict on Doug and Nayuta Salmahi. Not guilty! Oh, thank God! Thank her Holy Mother! Oh, and it isn't lagging this time. And there's no one there. Doc, I hope you're watching. Prove your innocence. Yuta's smiling again. And that revolution you've dreamed of is finally happening. With this, I may finally say this court is adjourned. Yeah, finally. Took us long now. May 19. High Court of Kurai. Accused lobby. Way to go, Apollo! I was on the edge of my seat when those guards stormed the courtroom. That was a shocker, alright. Can't imagine anything like that happening back home. I know, right? I was ready to go down there and teach them a lesson myself. Really? I was barely able to hold her back. Hold me back to where I'm about to go ballistic after a while there, Athena. Yeah, well, I was just thinking of helping you smack a few of them down, to be honest. Remind me to never say or do anything to serve my Athena double suplex. You're doing a fine job out there, Apollo. Thanks for all the great advice, Mr. Wright. That's all you. That perseverance and never say die attitude you showed was impressive. I actually learned a thing or two myself. What? From me? That's a laugh. There were a number of times where I wouldn't have blamed you for giving up, but just took it on to end and came away triumphant by sheer force of will and inner strength forged in countless trials. You overcame the most desperate and hopeless situation I've ever seen. I don't know about all that. I mean it. You've come a long way, Apollo. Nothing but respect for your abilities as an attorney. Really? Aren't you exaggerating just a little bit, Mr. Wright? You did, Apollo. You finally won his seal of approval. But what about me, Nick? My challenge comes a long way too. After all, I was team-worthy enough to be used in 2 major crimes already. Yeah, and 2 major chances for me to become someone for you to channel next. Honestly, I couldn't have done it without the support of each and every person here. Mr. Wright, Athena, Nayuta, and of course, Dirk. That's pretty cool, Polly. When did you come from? Trucy? Trucy, what are you doing here? It's magic! I'm afraid she employed the old let's stow away Mr. Edgeworth's suitcase trick. What? Though it's certainly explained why my suitcase was so heavy. Tell me you at least noticed it was heavier than usual. Trucy? Do you even have a passport? My main plan is an extra dimensional space. It's like a mini universe in there. I could produce a passport at the drop of my hat. Right. There's some things in this world better left a mystery. Hornhead, Parthead. I'm forever in your debt for what you've accomplished in this sort of justice. Without your presence, I may have never changed as I have this day. It's pathetic, I know. That's where you're wrong, kiddo. No. Yeah, I'm going to keep it kiddo. That's you who changed yourself. Only you could have chose to defy Garan, and that decision was yours and yours alone. That's right. All it was present you with an opportunity, and you made use of it with gusto. This victory is yours, Your Benevolence. You should be proud of yourself. I see. So, am I worth thinking of a little of my tale after all? I shall work to heal our kingdom so that may know peace and prosperity once more. She's sure bounce back quick. So, Your Benevolence, I take it you learned the truth of your origins, that you are the daughter of Dirk and Queen Amara? Yes, my mother, Her Eminence, told me. She said it was part of my discipling. If you can't call it that. Sounds more like blackmail. Keep quiet, I'll tell everyone you're the daughter of a criminal. My mother was so insufferable. Or should I say, my former mother? Sounds like there was no love lost there. But you cleared Dirk's name. My true father will no longer be known as a criminal. Therefore, have nothing more to fear. So, what's next for the Kingdom of Khura'in? You lost your queen, so... Her plans, Princess Rifa will ascend to the throne. Nayuta? But she can't channel spirits yet, right? Indeed, which is why I will act as regent of her behalf. Until the day she comes into her own. That doesn't usually work well. Trust me. I'm Spanish and I have studied our own history. We have had our regents. Yes, sure. Help will be greatly appreciated, Prosecutor Sap. Is she going to say what I think she's? What are you looking at, you punhead nincompoop? Punk. Ouch! In any event, I will be assisted by Nayuta and Queen Amara for the time being. Queen Amara? Or can we offer counsel to the rulers of neighboring kingdoms through channeling? It's a duty I intend to fulfill myself one day, but for now I will have Queen Amara assist me in that capacity. So then, she's going to be alright? Yes, it seems the bullet went straight through her without doing any serious damage. That's a relief. You did it, AJ! Thanks to you, both Dirk and Nayuta beat the challenge against them. And Jack got the revolution rolling to boot. The revolution? Dirk. Yes, you were right with leaving me after all. Yes, sir! There's gonna be some major changes around here. The legal system gonna return to its rightful state, like how Dirk always wanted. This name of apologies will go down in Chinese history. Yeah, right. Oh no, you definitely probably forget. There was something I wanted to give you before I head back home. Wish to give me something? Yes, Dirk's best son. I think you should have this. I think I'm going to say because I can fuck up, and maybe I don't have another chance. But this is Dirk's. I have to get back to the States, and I know you're a prosecutor and all. But that's the man that's going to change Korea. I mean, it's only right that you have it. To change Korea. Yeah, in Dirk's place. Apollo? I'm afraid I must refuse your gift. What? Why? There is something I would like to show you. Huh? What's this all of a sudden? Is that right? Won't you and your friends please join us? Sure. What? What's up? Oh, this place. May 19. Former San Mahi Law Office. Maybe not former anymore. So why'd you bring us here, Nayuta? Apollo? I want you to stay here in Kurai. What? But why? We have lost our queen. Our kingdom stands at crossroads. Most of all, we will need to rebuild our entire legal system. Naturally, that includes the reintroducement of lawyers to the court. Oh, you're not asking me to. Yes, I want you to take over this law office. It's you as the lawyer, me as the prosecutor. We shall rebuild Kurain's legal system from the ground up. You want me to help you rebuild the legal system? It's a lot to take in. Well, I cannot do this without you. As a lawyer, you're Dirk's spiritual heir. And having studied in America, your legal knowledge will be indispensable. This is Fire of my leg. Revolution is still in its infancy, but it was Dirk's dream to restore the legal system to its rightful state. You will not help me realize that dream? Come on, AJ, you know it's what Dirk would have wanted. Let's do it together. Must be taken aback by my son's request. At least give it some thought. Of course. I'm honored that you asked. Still, I have my job back at the Rights Agency to consider too. Don't you worry about that, Apollo. Besides, this is something only you can do. Something only I can do? I mean, to be completely honest, our office would be a little easier on firepower without you around, but hey. It's alright. Actually, I'm sorry, but I can't get on board with this, Tina. I mean, there's still so much I want to learn from you, Apollo. That's right, it wouldn't be the same without you. And everyone back home would really miss you too. There's no way I can agree with this. Or today says it doesn't matter. Still, if you really wanted to stay... Yeah, Tina's right. It won't be easy, but... I mean, seriously. Well, no one but you can make this decision. Know that I will not question whatever choice you make. Our flight leaves tomorrow morning, Apollo. Think you can make up your mind by then? I'll try. Talk about a difficult decision. Please don't make me make it! Should I go back to the US and continue working as the Right Anything Agency? Or should I stay in Korea and help Nayuta rebuild the legal system? Fuck, don't make me. But it's the right thing for me to do. Don't make me choose, don't make me choose, don't make me choose. I like having choices, but this time it's too much! May 20, 8 AM, Temple. The bus to the airport will be here any minute. I wonder where Apollo is. Do you think he decided to stay here in the crime? Oh, Phoenix B.O.B. Bet he was up all night thinking. This is a life-changing decision after all. Whatever he decides, he'll have to accept it. Guess this means no more courtroom battles alongside him. Hey, guys! You know that's booming voice anywhere? Oh, man. Apollo, you're here! Does it mean you are coming home with us? Well, about that... Mr. Wright? Yes? I've made up my mind. It is the moment of truth. I still have so many things to learn from you, but I've decided to stay in Quran. You're staying? But I feel like I have to pick where Dirk's let off. Can't let his sacrifice go to waste. You see? Plus, I want to teach others everything you've taught me about being a lawyer, Mr. Wright. Apollo? Dirk Schrottman for the future. In your teachings, I believe that these two things will save the people of this kingdom from further unrest. I want to do this. No. I have to do this. Apollo, I felt prouder. Proud to have had such an amazing attorney working under me. But someday I'll return to the US. Once the new legal system here is firmly in place, I'll be back. Scout's honor. Will we really see you again, Apollo? You bet, not that I have any idea how long it'll be, but I promise you this, everyone. I'll keep on learning and growing. I'll come back to the US an even better lawyer. So don't you forget about me. Of course we want Apollo. There will always be a spot for there will be always a spot waiting for you back at the office. In the meantime, we'll be rooting for you. So knock 'em dead. You got it, Mr. Wright. I'm gonna miss you, Polly. But if this city is here, then I'm gonna support your choice all the way. Thanks, Trucy. Good luck with your maid. I know you'll do Joe Grammary proud. I'll be cheering for you too, Apollo. But don't you think you're the only one with room to grow? The next time we meet, you probably won't even recognize me. In other words, game on. You bet, and I'm gonna win. I'm going to miss you too, Apollo, but can't wait to see where your new adventure will take you. Oh, there's our boss. Guess this is it, Apollo. Never forget everything you've done for me, Mr. Wright. I don't know how I will repay you. Thanks to seeing you back in the US again someday. Till then, you know where to find me. The legacy of those who came before us. Is handed down from parent to child. And from mentor to disciple. Must never stall or stagnate, but continue to grow and change. All that we've been taught, beliefs and convictions that have been passed down to us, must continue to nurture them so we, in the turn, can pass them on to the next generation. Fin? Oh yeah, animation.
Are you really sure you're okay with him staying, boss?
And then he looks at a photo. No. Edge voice paste. Oh yeah, clean this thing.
Almost here.
Just a little. Got it.
And he died. No.
Why don't we go and check it out, AJ?
Dragon! He's smiling, but normal human smile. Huh? Oh. Oh, he was... What's the word? Fuck, I forgot. Ah, reincarnated. Now what? Oh. Of course. Well... Oh, yeah. Go on, Mr. Hat, introduce yourself. I'm the amazing Mr. Hat. Nice to meet you. Wanted to take an opportunity to announce my solo debut. Since Mr. Hat doesn't want Apollo to leave him in the dust, we are fierce rivals, you know. I can let him hog the spotlight. It's just not the same without Paul, is it? Yeah, you're gonna miss him too. I know, we should go visit him in Khura'in. I'll give my opinion after the credits because they're not gonna stop talking. To see Mr. Justice in action, got to thinking, what can I do for Khura'in? And he came to me, tourism, that's why that's what, a little Khura'in is tourism, just be more visitant. I'll run around 9,000 to the followers. Oh, I'll make a museum dedicated to the Fine Dragons. But it is just keep going. Sorry if I fuck up now because they're like talking fast. I want to congratulate you on becoming a forensic investigator, Detective Sky. Thank you, but Prosecutor Selma, he says he has a need of me. Certainly tomorrow I'll be working Khura'in for a while. Well, that's this way. It'll be sure to be an educational experience. True, plus I can let that key show me up either. We'll see what I can do for Khura'in's revolution. I'll change stuff a way of helping people roll. Look forward to our next investigation upon your return. I'm guessing Yamshu retired from old age. Oh yeah! Damn that forehead face! Since he revealed the secret behind our devotion trick. Sorry guys, I've totally dried up! We'll be out in the streets if I don't find some work, so maybe we should take up Trucy and her off it. See, we could make our debut as magicians at the right NTAC. Shut up, I'm gonna show her up someday. I don't know, nothing fast. Gonna talk fast enough. I'm making voice a change, sir. Sorry. Khura'in is just like a child right now, full of life and limited possibility. Have faith that Dark and my darling Taurus will be watching her like that. No fear. We'll see Dark Legacy through the end, to the end. Just for Junior there, that was the secret of being among men. Behold, that's pose. Sounds like the little fake I say, no thanks. Come on, little guy. Don't be shy. For a wild hair, too. I've been pulling double duty ever since Apollo left, but that's okay. I'm going to make Simon recognize me for the awesome lawyer that I am. Just quacking her butts. We just can't do it. They will. The right will be calling me on his right hand woman before you know it. Let's do this. Oh yeah. Bucky, how dare you deliver my order in such a sorry state? Yes, sir. It wasn't you, but it was yesterday. I should still stay right here. Try some. You great big pillock. This lowered my appetite because of you. I'm certifying good health these days. Don't you say, old chum? I don't have time to put the voice right, sorry. I actually put up a smile like this. Oh yeah. That trial the other day really inspired me. Let me create our Rakugo routine main of the Shinsho case. It's a mystery story that will keep flipping the audience thinking on its head. It's called The Scary Udon Noodle. We're giving away too much in the title. Keeping the tornado at school going. It's our way to paying penance and repaying our debt to Shinsho. That includes Rakugo training for that kid. I didn't have time to read. Oh yeah. With my newfound mobility, Venetian ruins and their fancy Tomb Raider perhaps are no match for me. Fire! The university where my father's work is letting me help with a dig. One day I'll discover an ancient civilization and dedicate it to him. I'll also be going on a digging grind soon. The private justice had better not be slacking off. Come on. I'm going to be super busy now that I'm the head of the Fake Clan. Don't worry, Mystic Maya. I'll do whatever I can to help. Thanks, Perly. Our first business will be the trouble since the Crane Village. I have an idea. How about opening a store where we can buy new outfits like the city... Plus, look, all grown up now. I think there are a few more pressing matters to take care of first. Yeah, you're right. I think it'll be a while before I get my revolutionary makeover. I laughed a bit to myself because I make the same voice, but I cannot do. I preach your voice without saying you have stopped in I want a new name now. I wonder if there would be anyone willing to serve you in that capacity. You're quite a handful after all, am I? A simple way of your hand, you would have an entire change meals preparing. Think for some border you one piece of crime. Fear not, Raifa. You will have plenty of time in which to make amends. Perhaps you could start with one of your famous shoulder wraps. I didn't have time to fucking read all of that. They talk way too fast. I know they have to go with the music, but shit. I can slow it down, but it would sound horrible. I have had enough of lag today. Oh, slow down. You get me. The woman's has taken to calling me braid hair. In words, she trembles and face her turns straight when she speaks to me. I have no idea what I just said. It's true that I am merciless within the House Justice. To be given such a dismissive name is entirely uncalled for. Oh, what am I going to do? Perhaps I shall consult Apollo about this. Yeah, like she was going to call you brother, but she has to use other thing. Oh, for a moment I thought it like got stuck. Okay, anything after credits? Oh yeah. How is he doing, Mr. Wright? Great, he's a respectable lawyer in his own right. He has even his own practice called Justice Law Office. Thank you, this would have been impossible without you. Oh, before I forget, let me a copy of this photo for you. Photo? Oh! Yo. Is this like the La Miserella? It's so good to see him again. The mother of Apollo. Don't you think it's about time we told them about the truth? After all, they roam to find young people now. Yes, you're right. Perhaps it's about time they knew. La miroir. Fuck, with my English thing. Is there going to be another after credit thing where they tell them, or is it going to be the next game? Oh yeah, that guy, I forgot about him. Jesus Christ. Well, while I have time, I'll try to give my opinion, but I'm surely going to be, what's the word, taken aback. The game is good. Kinda like part of the last case, but it stuck the landing. Didn't like the part where Maya got kidnapped yet again. Played really well with the case, but got me a bit angry. I thought we'd see. What do you say? The Holy Mother. And it's funny that no one called attention to, what's the word? Fuck. Let me remember. To Lamira going to Rise Anything Agency. You'd think that someone who used to be extremely famous would still have at least a couple of paparazzis. Especially as she keeps going to the same place. Again and again. And oh yeah, that weird guy. And poor Dark. But still, really good case. The rest of the game, I don't think was that good personally. But we're going to see this without it lagging. For some reason. Oh. Is this going to... they're going to leave it for the next game. Oh well. Oh no. Um, Dear Mr. Wright, I have to click it. Can't believe it's already been a few months since I decided to stay. I'm sure you haven't been good about keeping me in touch, but things have been really hectic. Building a legal system I'm not yet familiar with has been a real challenge, but I will say it's given me plenty of work to keep me busy. No. Have you not given the autopsy report even a cursory glance, Mr. Wright? Mr. Wright, Mr. S? Yes, 15 clients on my plate right now. Then I probably shouldn't have accepted all 15 at the same time. Oh, please. Are you going to help me rebuild Crane's legal system or not? You are. We need to move through this case backlog faster. Yeah, I know what. Besides, those 15 are only the beginning. There are 10 more waiting your services. Huh? I do have friends and acquaintances seeking legal representation. Being that you're the only lawyer in the country, I told them to contact you. Estimate you will only add about 16 clients to your case load. Now wait just 1 minute. I've been handing out advertisement for your new office they read. From legal advice to investigating extramarital affairs, even Jack milking. For limited time, I'm only these services. I'm more read down justice law offices. I've already received requests for around 380 new clients. I'm going to have to say something, aren't I? I trust you read your cards of steel exercise this morning. Well, go on. There's no need to hold back. Well, not to mention it, we have yet to hear yourself today. Yes, and I have grown quite dozy from these tedious proceedings. Please allow something to wake me up. Do not disappoint me, Hornhead. There's really one thing to say at a time like this. So what I've said countless times in my career, but what I'll never get tired of. Should I? I should. Objection!
Objection!
Hope that didn't pick the mic. And stationary cutscenes. Yeah, saving data. Can't just stop recording. If anyone's watching this on YouTube in the future, thank you for watching. This, technically speaking, is my final Ace Attorney streaming for a while. I played. This is the 6th game I played from weekend to weekend. And gosh darn it, it has been fun, but I think when you're seeing this, I'll be probably doing something else in the weekends. No longer in English though. But besides anything else, thank you to anyone who has stuck through everything I've done with the Ace Attorney thing. I've yet to upload Dual Destinies, but still, thank you. And even if there's no one here in the future, if with just a couple of people who get here at random, still thank you for going through this video. It's been, I don't know, years since I started doing this. I know that I haven't gotten that many people following me. That's okay. It's really okay. I'm going to just check to make sure of this. I started doing streamings with Just Trick. Upload them around 2 years ago, and probably streamed them while before. Two whole years of streaming. Well, first it was Just Trick, and then at least 1 whole year of streaming Ace Attorney. I'm kinda glad that I did. Has been a fun while. And, you know, as anyone would say on the internet, ever, thank you for watching. Now stop the recording. Goodbye.